a sealed tomb, a golden coffin, and a whisper carried through time. Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the king. This is the legend of Tutankhamun, the boy pharaoh who died young, and the curse that may have followed. Tutankhamun ruled Egypt over 3,300 years ago. He was just 9 years old when he became pharaoh, and dead by 19. His reign was short, his legacy nearly erased, a footnote in history, until one day in 1922, when a British archaeologist touched a forgotten door in the Valley of the Kings and opened a curse. Howard Carter had spent years searching for something others had given up on, the lost tomb of Tutankhamun. Most believed it had already been found, or stolen long ago. But Carter had a hunch. On November 4, 1922, his workers uncovered a set of ancient steps buried beneath the sand. 4 days later, they reached a sealed door. On it, the royal cartouche of Tutankhamun, and behind it, untouched treasure. Carter called in his patron Lord Carnarvon. Together, they opened the tomb. Candlelight flickered across gold. Statues, thrones, chariots, and in the center, a golden sarcophagus, untouched for over 3,000 years. Carter was asked, "Can you see anything?" His reply, "Yes, wonderful things." But wonderful things came at a price. Just months after entering the tomb, Lord Carnarvon fell ill. A mosquito bite on his face became infected. He developed blood poisoning and pneumonia. He died suddenly on April 5, 1923. The moment he died, all the lights in Cairo reportedly went out. At the same hour in England, his dog howled, then dropped dead. Newspapers went wild. "The curse of the pharaoh!" they cried, and Lord Carnarvon was just the beginning. Over the next decade, a strange pattern emerged. People connected to the tomb started dying, young, mysteriously, and often gruesomely. George J. Gould, a wealthy visitor to the tomb, died of a sudden fever. Aubrey Herbert, Carnarvon's half-brother, went blind, then died of blood poisoning. Hugh Evelyn White, an Egyptologist, took his own life, leaving a note written in his own blood. "I have succumbed to a curse." Aaron Ember, a professor who visited the tomb, died when his house burned down, after ignoring warnings to flee. Sir Archibald Douglas Reed, the radiologist who X-rayed the mummy, mysteriously fell ill and died soon after. In total, over 20 deaths were linked to the tomb in the years following its discovery. Coincidence, or something more? Scientists have tried to explain the curse. Some suggest toxic mold or bacteria sealed inside the tomb. Inhaling spores like Aspergillus or histoplasma could cause respiratory failure or long-term illness. Others blame radiation from ancient minerals, or even ancient traps set to protect the tomb. In 2002, a German microbiologist studied 40 tombs and found dangerous mold spores that could affect the immune system. Still, these explanations don't account for every death, nor do they explain why Howard Carter himself, the man who opened the tomb, lived another 17 years. He died peacefully in 1939 at the age of 64. No accident, no curse, just silence. So was the curse real, or just sensational journalism in the age of superstition? Some believe the ancient Egyptians placed spiritual guardians on their tombs, spells, symbols, or forces beyond our understanding. Others say the curse is psychological. If you believe in it, you make it real. But for many, the idea of a pharaoh's wrath still lingers. Even today, Egyptologists treat tombs with quiet reverence, and tourists leave offerings at the door. Tutankhamun died young, his name nearly forgotten, his story lost to sand, until one door was opened, and the modern world stared into the golden face of a forgotten king. His mask became the most iconic symbol of ancient Egypt, his tomb the most famous ever found, and the curse, perhaps, the pharaoh's way of making sure we never forget him again. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more ancient mysteries, forbidden knowledge, and cinematic stories from the sands of time. This was The Curse of the Boy King, only on Echoes of the Nile.